Next, we'll be speaking with Todd Marks. Todd is the Outreach and Recovery Regional Coordinator for the Wisconsin Department of Veteran Affairs Veteran Outreach and Recovery Program. Welcome, Todd. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much for taking time out of your schedule to join us. We definitely appreciate it. So, to kind of get started, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I have been with the state of Wisconsin a little over 2.5 years with this program. I used to cover the Northwoods. Now I cover Northeast Wisconsin. I am an Army veteran and I served in Iraq.
Thank you very much for your service. And like I said, we appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule. One of the questions that we like to start off with is tell us a little bit about the veterans you serve in Region 6.
I serve veterans across every demographic, coming from individuals in their low 20s to individuals in their 90s. I'm currently working with one individual who's 86, actually, as of last week. So I work across all demographics, all ages, all social, economical classes, everything.
So, with you working with such a vast group of veterans from young to some of our older veterans, what would lead a veteran at 80 plus years old to kind of seek you guys out and use the services from your organization?
Yeah, it's a very good question. So a lot of individuals, they've planned their whole lives, they've worked hard their whole lives. And when it just comes time to when they get to older ages, they're just not able to find affordable housing or things of that nature. So, because they are on a very restricted, limited income, we'll come in and help connect the dots and connect them to services out there for those individuals to try and find them affordable housing.
So you mentioned housing. So another question that I'm going to ask, what are some of the unique challenges that veterans face in your region?
Well, I do have a lot of rural and I do have some more larger cities in my area. Affordable housing is the biggest one as far as housing goes. And obviously, with the climate of the real estate market right
Mhm.
now, landlords can be very picky. So, if an individual has had a little bit of a hiccup in their life and, potentially had an eviction in their life, it is a little bit more difficult. But we work with all the different programs out there, the Balance of State, Wisconsin Balance of State, all the different community action programs to get them housed, bring the services to the table for them. So that is one big thing that I work with. And working with the rural communities, just the lack of housing in general could be a hurdle that we have to get over.
So when we start talking about veteran homelessness and veterans, I'm sure no one organization can do it or help them all by themselves. What other local veteran community organizations do you guys partner with?
Well, CVI, so Center for Veterans Issues, is one of
Mhm.
our very big allies in this fight to end veteran homelessness. But also, I do work with NewCap, which is a Northeast Wisconsin Community Action Program. They not only serve veterans, but the general populace as well. Then I try to bring to the table all the different wonderful programs out there to help with security deposits. So Disabled American Veterans, the DAV, the Veterans of Foreign Wars, the VFW, the American Legions, also an organization called Nation of Patriots.
Cool. Thank you very much for all of that. Another question is, and this tends to affect not only veterans, but everyone as a whole. How has COVID affected the veterans in your region and how you provided them service during the height of the pandemic?
That is a very good question. So we definitely had to change our tactics due to the limit our interactions with people. So a lot more phone calls, a lot more video conferencing to be able to reach out and connect with them. With that, with a lot of the shelters, they had to do their COVID protocol, so they were lowering their numbers that they were able to take in for the unsheltered homeless. But we did everything we could. If I was on the phone with 10 veterans a day, just reassuring them that we're going to be there to help them with what we can, get them connected to the programs that are out there. We were also just touching base with them, reassuring them that there are people out there to talk to them, getting them connected to housing programs, to the vet centers or the VA clinics or community providers as far as for mental health or physical health. And then also getting them connected to any programs for substance use, disorders as well, because we did see a spike in, cases of substance abuse.
Really? Wow. Wow. And with that being said, how have the veterans in your region that you've been in contact with, how have they responded when it comes to the vaccine, or are they asking a little bit more questions about the vaccine? Have you noticed?
In my region, I haven't seen too much of people asking questions about it. Some are very for it, some are very against it. I really couldn't give you an exact number when it comes to that, but it's all across the board on that.
Cool. Well, I want to again thank you very much for taking the time out and speaking with this evening. And how can veterans get in contact with you in your office if they are looking for your help or your services?
Well, you can find me on the WDVA website, all my contact information, but also you can contact me at todd.marks@dva.wi.gov. Otherwise, my cell phone number for work is area code 920-246-7277. And veterans can reach directly out to me. Otherwise, if they're working with a provider, the provider can reach out to me.
Well, again, thank you very much for taking the time out speaking with us. You have a wonderful evening.
You too. Thank you so much.